Alright everyone, today we're gonna show you a very important professional cooking technique, the broth. Broths are liquids made of water that contains the flavor of meat, bones, vegetables or fish. They are not really a dish on its own. You use them to enhance the flavor of other dishes, especially soups and sauces. We will show you in a video series how to make the different broths. Today we're gonna start with vegetable broth. The trick is quite simple. Always when you prepare some vegetables, keep the part that you usually would throw away and collect these vegetable parts in your freezer. For example, if you peel carrot, keep the skin and also keep the ending that you cut off. The same you treat parsnips, keep the endings and the skin. When you prepare scallions, you keep the roots and also green parts if you cut them off. Also, if you cut off the stems of mushrooms, for example to fill the mushrooms, you keep the mushroom stems. When you prepare onions, cut one like it is in half and also add it to your collected vegetable parts. We can also keep the skins and roots of other onions that we prepare. Of course, we also keep the skin of celery when we prepare it. Also, if you have leftovers of garbage, you can use them. Just cut them in chunks. If you've collected enough vegetable skins, you take a big pot and put the halved onion that you keep with a piece of butter in it. Start heating it and wait until the onions get some color. This will also add some color to your broth. Then you add the rest of your vegetable skins and fry them for 1 or 2 minutes. Add 200 ml of white wine and fill it up with 3 liters of cold water. The flavor and nutrition comes out of the vegetable skins better if you use very cold water. Now we add a dozen peppercorns. Also add half a dozen of cloves. And 1 or 2 leaves of laurel belong in every broth. Bring it slowly to the boiling point. When it starts boiling, you can start to remove the foam that builds up on the surface. These are proteins and your broth is more clear if you remove them. After the boiling point is reached, you lower the heat and let it carefully boil for 35 to 40 minutes. If you boil it too hot, then you destroy a lot of non-heat tolerant aromatics. Add a pinch of salt after the broth reaches the boiling point, since the diffusion gradient is not the highest. After boiling it for 35 to 40 minutes, you have to separate the vegetable skins and spices from the liquid. Pour it through a sieve into another pot. Don't let the vegetables longer than 40 minutes in the broth, otherwise the broth will not be clear anymore and unwanted things like bitter substance get released into it. After you have separated the vegetable skins from the broth, you can either let it cool down now and use it to fill up soups and sauces, like for example in this recipe. You can also let it cool out and freeze the liquid for later use. If you want to increase the intensity of the flavor, you can carefully boil the broth longer, without the food skins, until more and more water is evaporated. By doing that, you change the ratio of flavor, substance and liquid. You can easily boil the 3 liters down to 1.5 liters. By that, you reduce the amount of liquid, but you increase the amount of flavor in the liquid. We hope that the technique can improve the flavor of your foods. We will always refer to this video in the future when it makes sense to use a vegetable broth. Thanks for watching. If you want to support what we do, please share our content on social media. Have a nice day. Over and out.